and join us. Hope everybody is doing well. All right, I'm just taking a quick boo at Bitcoin right now, and it's setting up for a fall here. So I thought I would jump in and do a sell here. I'm just going to do it right now because it's sitting quite nicely. And the reason I'm selling it is because we have a 1-2 here and a big drop, push back to the upside. So I'm looking for a price to come back down, take out all these lows down here. We'll see if that works out. Bring my target down to 4,000. Oh, doesn't want me to do that. How come? Let's try it again. Here we go. Okay. And my stop would be above the high. Somewhere over the rainbow. We'll see how far that drops. Let me take a look at the NAS. NAS is similar as well. It's looking to fall. So it came up quite a bit. We had a double 1, 2, 3 drop way back up. They came right back up into this whole area, which is interesting. And now they're looking to drop it down. Okay, so my play in Bitcoin didn't last very long here, so that's not very good. I started off and they stopped me out already. I put my stop just above, and look at that, they came and tied it. Oh my word. They're so mean. That is just ridiculous. So I wasn't expecting them to come back up there again, but they did. So I'll try it one more time because I'm expecting them to take it down. So I'll give it another shot here. And to make that loss back. It wasn't much of a loss, but still. And now we have equal highs, so they could take it out one more time. So I have to be careful here. Yeah, and they did. Yeah, expecting that they would do that because we have equal highs. So I'm not putting a stop in as yet. So now I see what they're really doing. They're going to push it up higher because they can come up into this area. So there's one gap right there. And so I'm gonna sell some more. So they shouldn't come up any more higher than around this area here. We should turn back now to the downside. Yeah, very sneaky. So they did a, you can see the structure 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they did the 5. So I was a little early thinking that maybe they were done at that point and then they dropped it. So they came back up into the last gap here. Now there's another gap right here, but I wouldn't really expect them to go up into that one, although they're very close to doing it. So we should be good now. So let me target back down here. I want to quickly take some profits off because of profit. I can always lock that in and let the rest just go. right, so yeah, just a little early on that first entry. Catch the second entry nicely on Bitcoin there. So that's interesting. So I would think that NASDAQ would be doing similar. So it's trying to now. Let's see how Tesla reacted at the same time. Yeah, so Tesla has come all the way up as well. So again, I would expect them to do the same. So you can see on Tesla, Peter, we got one big 1-2, another 1-2, another 1-2, just drop all the way back up. So we're expecting them to come back down, take out these lows.
That's on the 1 minute, right?
That's the 1 minute. Yeah, so that's what I would expect for Tesla as well.
Yeah, let me have, mine doesn't look the same as yours. I don't know why. 1, 2, 3, down 3. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. I didn't. Your eyes are better than mine.
So Bitcoin, quite the drop. So now I could actually move my target further down because I can see that they're heading down even further. My target could even be right down at the bottom here. And if I could hang in there with it, I could take it down to this level down here. So I would just keep moving my stop down. I'm making some nice profits here, so I'm doing the partial. And I can always add more if I get a chance. And I'll just keep moving my stop down to protect. Yeah, the thing about that, you can't move it down too much because it'll take you out. I'll lock in a little bit here. So a nice, beautiful move here on Bitcoin. So my first entry, I really thought, I looked at it, I thought, okay, they should be done right here, and we would just get a 1-2 and come down, but they decided, oh no, let's go take them all, take everybody out again. So it was a little interesting ploy on their part there. So hopefully they won't come all the way back up here, but that's a possibility. They can do that too. But we'll see. So on the NAS, that's similar on the NAS. So they pushed all the way back up. So again, we had a double 1-2. They drop it all the way back up, but way too much into this area. So they make it look like they're not going to turn back. They make it look like they're going to go up, and they fool everybody more than likely to jump in, and everybody's got their stops. Now they take them all out. So I'm going to retrace back up now, and that would be a sell again to come back down. So opportunity on NAS. We've got some gap here. And got gap above. So that first one might be enough, and they might continue dropping it here. So a quick look at news for today. Let's see what we had for news. So March 18th, USD. Lots of red news in Canada, CPI. And no red news in the States. And Japan had red news. So not much there affecting the US side. What about tomorrow's news? Let's see. Tomorrow we have funds rate, economic projections, FOMC. Well, okay, so lots of red news tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern. So it should be interesting. All right, look at the US dollar versus the Euro US dollar here. So we've got a very weak US dollar. Euro US dollar is at the top, US dollar is on the bottom, so very weak US dollar. Currently, I'm on the hourly time frame there, looking at that. So it's telling us that we go to the hourly time frame based on the US dollar being quite weak at this moment in time. All those anyone playing the currencies, Aussie US dollar would be strong, Euro US dollar would be strong. And you can see the difference between Aussie and Euro. That's quite, Aussie is not as strong at this point, but it is trying to turn. The Euro US dollar, again, we just looked at, is quite strong. GBP US dollar would be strong, very strong. And New Zealand US dollar would be trying to turn as well. Let's see, USD CAD would be weak. And it's not, it's the opposite. So the news for the news is strong for US dollar against Canadian dollar. So the news wasn't good for Canadian dollar this morning. USD Swiss is weak, and that's what we would have expected. USD JPY is weak. So USD CAD's bucking the trend a little bit there. Oil, very super weak based on the weak US dollar. Silver would be strong and gold would be strong. They are. So very interesting there. And good afternoon, Marquis. Good afternoon, George.
Good afternoon, Lennox and Marquis.
Good day.
Peter and Vic.
Okay, so yeah, they've bounced back up. So my stop hopefully is not too tight here, and I won't get taken out. It's possible I could get taken out of this trade. I don't really want to see that happen, but I brought my stop down to protect the profits. So quite a nice profit here. Took some off already, and all the way down to the lows. Took some more off again, and now they're coming back. A little bit of a vengeance here, so they might take me out. I'd like to add to my position without getting taken out here. So let's see if I can stay alive. So we're inside this gap at that point. Did you get a chance, Peter, did you get a chance to read that document that George put in there about the gaps? Peter's not talking to me. Oh, and they took me out. Okay, so yeah, that's okay. I got some profit.
I did read that document. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I have a bad habit.
That'll kind of help.
I have a bad habit of muting myself.
Yeah, that should help a little bit to clarify what I'm looking at.
Wow, this is moving up rather quickly.
Yeah. Okay, so I was expecting a pullback. I didn't think they'd come all the way back out there, but they have. So I can always sell again at this point. So I am going to do that right now. So sell again, and my target would be down at the bottom again. So I'll let that be. All right, so I'm going to look at NAS. So yesterday I was showing you guys that my thoughts on what I think the NAS is going to do here, and this is the daily time frame, and I'm believing that we're in a fourth wave here, and we're going to fall through and take out the lows. So reason being is that we have a 1-2 here, and this is the big drop, and then we're going to drop one more time. So as we come down to time frames, 4 hour, And for those who are watching and wondering what these candles are over here, this is a little indicator that I use that gives me the 4-hour candles. So the last 3 4-hour candles are these 3 4-hour candles right here. So that's what they're showing. So any time frame I go on below 4-hour, it's showing me the 4-hour candles. I want to see what the 4-hour candles are doing to give me an idea of what's going on overall. So the last 4-hour candle opened, went up, couldn't go much higher, and it dropped all the way down. Now the latest one has just opened an hour ago, and now is going up a little bit, but I would want to see that continue going down. So
That just opened up at 1 o'clock, right?
yeah, it just opened up at just now. Yeah, I was thinking it was an hour ago. It's just opened just now. Yes, at 1 o'clock. Yeah. So if I go down the time frames, you can see that candle just opened up. So what I can do on the 4-hour here is, this is a little tidbit here. I will look at the low of that candle and the close of the current candle, the close of the previous candle, sorry. Look at the close of the previous candle, and then move this over. I want to just get an idea of where that closed right there. Okay, now I can drop down to, I'll just keep going down the time frame. So on the hourly, I can see that we have a huge 1 2 3 here, another 1 2 3, big drop, push back in. So I'm expecting them to come down, take out all these lows again. That would be the expectation. Now they can go up a little higher in here, of course. There's a big gap here, so there's room for them to come up into this area, certainly. 30-minute. So I've got a 1 2 3 here, the big drop. They're pushing back up into this area. On the 15-minute, my 1 2 3 top, another 1 2 3 top, another 1 2 3 top, and a drop. And now they're chopping it up and down. So just keep going down on the 5-minute. Now you can see on the 5-minute that we're completely inside a 4th wave area. So I'm looking for them to come down and take out all these lows, similar to Bitcoin, similar to Tesla. So going back down to the 1-minute now, we can look for an entry to go down. So this is where we opened right there. You can see they're dropping it really quick here. I don't know if that was any kind of news or anything like that, but boy, that was a quick drop there.
It took me out.
Wow, that's quite the news. So that's really good for me on Bitcoin. Bitcoin just dropped quite nicely. So I'm not sure if it's news. I don't think that will be news related because it's after the hour. But that was the expected move.
I got 78 handles per lot on that one. So I'll take it.
It was a very quick drop. I'm just trying to see
Yeah,
what.
well, I have my target pretty low. It missed it the last time, but surely didn't miss it this time.
That's right where we opened. So you can see what they're doing. I'm looking at the 4-hour candle. The 4-hour candle, we open. Let me do that again. We open right there. And then they wick it up. So that's the wick. And now they're coming down. As I would have, so we want to try to get in on the wick. So I would have had to have been here just a little earlier than I did. I was coming down the time frames, and by the time I got here, it was too late. So I wanted to get in up here on the wick, but that was pretty quick. So that would have been an entry right there and stop above, and you could have caught that quick move. But they're coming back again pretty quick, so it's another opportunity to get in if you really wanted to get in at this point. So why are they coming back up here? There's a little gap there, and they've come back to that gap. So that is a sell again if one was intent on taking this thing to the downside.
Well, we're kind of in a wave 4 at this point, right? On the 1 minute. It's kind of a funky move.
We're in a wave 4 overall.
Yeah. And this is
like
a
this.
nice channel right now.
So we're looking for them to drop it down. So if you want to get in, you got to get in at where we are right now.
Yep.
But it's a bit messy here. So there was a little gap right there. And they went right into that gap. So that's the sell right there to continue down. I didn't go in because I'm watching my Bitcoin here dropping. Bitcoin's really dropping nicely here. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to do the same type of thing and come all the way down to these lows here, and even lower, because that's just the start of a move to the downside. So 30 minutes. Let me see if I can see what's to the left. Can't even see anything to the left. Oh, there we go. So Bitcoin is set to take out these lows even down here. So quite a ways down. You can't get rid of this guy.
I'm not going to chase it. It's moving too fast down. I'm at 218 handles right now, so I can call it quits.
That's pretty good, George. So there's a likely target that they're heading for. So could I stay in to that level? That's a long way down. Maybe going just for the low-hanging fruit might be okay at this point.
Yeah, this one went actually below the prior level by about almost three handles. I mean, it just shot down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that! It's retraced. Wow. I don't understand what's going on now.
Yeah, it's very volatile, so I'm not so keen about it. I'm expecting it to fall, but they're playing games right now.
Yeah.
They come back to the gap again.
Yeah, it's quite volatile right now. Look, they're almost back up to where they started taking off the second time.
Another tempting sell.
Yeah, it is.
So Tesla must be pretty rocky right there as well. Let's just see. Yeah, they're doing a similar type of like a fourth wave here on Tesla.
It's still pushing higher.
S&P is going higher. So we're getting some divergence here.
Well, I had divergence on the last one with CCI. I had bear divergence.
Back to the gap again. And this time they're going through. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah,
I wasn't too keen about it because of it's so volatile.
yeah, ATR is over 30 right now.
This gap is still kind of holding, sort of holding, but not completely.
Looks like it wants to drop now quickly. Yeah, I can't even catch it now. I mean, I want to catch it on the way up. This is too fast now.
Again, another sell right there on the NAS, but it's very volatile. I'm sticking with Bitcoin because Bitcoin's giving me really nice. I jumped in again and sold some more, and just took off some profits again.
If you got in, boy, you might want to get out fairly quickly because this is going like a yo-yo. I missed it.
I'll go in now because I've got a 1-2, another. Well, no, they messed it up here. So I need them to break this low. So I need a closure below this low, retrace back into this gap, and that would be it. I would sell it there if I got that. So looking for a sweep of this low. and then a retrace back into this gap.
It's almost a 15 handle retrace right now.
Then go back to the daily 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, what I'm seeing overall is that we have this 1, 2 here. This is a 3, and then we've just done an A, B, C, D, E structure. So we're inside a huge fourth wave. Just the same thing that we're doing right in here. We're inside a fourth wave here, looking for them to drop it down. So on the short term, we're just looking to, get to come down here. But in the long term, we're looking to come all the way down, take out all these lows.
Oh, it took me, so it must be wanting to go higher.
That's what I'm seeing. So we got a very weak NAS here. That's going to be going down below, down to 19,000 area, maybe by the end of the week. So we'll be down at close to 19,100 area. So that's what it looks like. And so on the E leg, this is the E leg completed. We've got a 1, 2, and then we're dropping. So looking for price to come down. They can fool around in here, and that's what they're doing. They're fooling around in here. They can fool around here for a while before we get a drop, but that's what's going on there. 30-minute, looking for them to come down. 15-minute, looking for them to come down. 5-minute, looking for them to drop it. Take out all these lows. 1 minute. Oh, so they did come back in. So they came back in without breaking the low first. Interesting. Okay. So now we've broken the low. Will we come back in again? So that was, they went down without breaking, they went back up without breaking that low.
Go down for good.
That's quite interesting. So let's see if they come back up again, but that's what I was looking for, an entry right there. So they might not come back now since they went in and touched it, but I was looking for them to break it first and then go back up. So
one more down move, at least.
Bitcoin's really tanking here. So they're trying to get back up there again.
Yep.
Now we also have an order block. So they might just see if they go into that gap. I would sell it in the gap.
playing the same thing it did the last time.
Oh, they came into it. Oh, I just missed it. There we go. They're coming back up a little bit more. May take out that high. There we go. Okay, so I'd sell it there. Oh, and Bitcoin's come all the way back up to take my stop. Wow, they're going much higher than I'm expecting here.
Yeah.
Oh. Bitcoin's playing games here with me. It's very volatile. So I moved my stop down into profit, but they came all the way back up and took it. So super volatility here.
Yeah, we are very volatile. No
So
question.
it's just a matter of taking quick profits off because they're moving up and down so quickly. It's not worth it to hold at this point. So I'm thinking they're just going to stay going down, but they're just rocking back and forth here. So we shouldn't break these highs. I would expect us to continue back down here. But it makes for a tougher entry now. So to come all the way back up to this inverted gap, that's amazing. So now where are they going here? Shouldn't be coming way up there, but they are. Interesting.
They
So
are, though.
that's high enough, you guys. Well, hopefully my stop placement's okay here, just above that high. So I'm looking for this 1-2 to hold, but I don't want to see them taking out this high, and it'll keep us going back down again. But I'm very close to dying here. I could put my stop above the high. That might save my life a little bit here, but
Looks like it's just starting to slow up a bit.
wouldn't have mattered.
But-
Wouldn't have mattered. They got me. So let's see if I had moved my stop above the high, no, it wouldn't have mattered. So they were gunning for this high for whatever reason. I'm surprised at that. So it's a sweep of this high. So after closing below this low here, we get a closure. I wouldn't have expected them to come back up to take this high at all. And I thought this gap would hold us and keep us going down, but they're really chopping it up. You can see how choppy this is. See? It's very messy kid stuff here. So it's a very tough area. Let me see how it looks on the 5. And get rid of this box. Yeah, very choppy in here.
It looks like volatility is starting to slow down a bit.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of equal highs here, so
Yeah,
more than likely
are.
they're going to push through to take everybody out before they come back down again. So it's just so choppy. That's kind of what they're doing. They're chopping it up and taking everybody out. So it's very tough to get a seat on this train here. The crowd is unruly. Yeah, lots of equal highs here. So they're more than likely going to push it up. You see how S&P is doing. S&P is pushing up higher. So you can see what they're doing on S&P. They've pushed up over the highs, taking them all out. So we can expect that they would do that on the NAS. Should go up and take those highs out. So nice little ruse there. They looked like they were going to drop it down, especially after this big, huge drop here. It looked like we were certainly going to come back down and continue, but they're chopping it up and looking to go up and take everybody out first. So another push above. That'll give us our structure. That will take everybody out. And then we can look for a 1, 2, 3 top to come back down. So they're very sneaky, very tricky, and very good at it. This is not holding either. All right, for those out there on YouTube watching us, please give us a like if you like what you're seeing. This is all for educational purposes. We're just going candle by candle, looking at the charts. Do subscribe if you find this information useful. What we're looking for is a, we call it a 1, 2, 3. It's just a 1, 2, 3 setup similar to this. We're looking for that kind of a setup to enter the trade. And here's another one here. So that would be a nice setup to enter that trade. So anytime we see a 1, 2, 3 like that, it's always a good setup, depending on where you are, of course. Let's find here's a good one here. So looking at the bottom right here, this is typically what we're looking for a setup. We have a move to the downside. We get a sweep of the lows. We then move back to the upside. We get a sweep of the highs. We get a retrace back in, and it's an entry to catch the move and go back up to previous highs or thereabouts. So that's the typical move and entry. That's what this is, a setup we're looking for. 1, 2, 3. We add in fair value gaps. So anytime we get a fair value gap, that's a bonus, check mark. And then we also look at order blocks. That's also another bonus. So the sweep is a check mark. The second sweep is a check mark. A closure above the previous highs is a check mark. So you get 3 check marks, 4 check marks. You're good to go. This is a go. So that's our typical setup. This is like the ideal setup here for an entry. There. So at the current location that we're at, hence I was looking for that sweep here, retrace back in to a gap here, and then a drop. But they didn't do that. They went right through it, took out the highs. So I'm still expecting them to go back up and take out all the highs here. So it's looking for that to occur. So I use my 4-hour candles on the right. These are the last 3 4-hour candles. There are 3 candles here. There's the third one. I'm looking for the last 3 4-hour candles. I want to see what the last 3 4-hour candles are doing. Especially interested in the current one to see how it's reacting
Surprised it's
based on the
back
previous
again.
4-hour candle. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the candle to open, the 4-hour candle to open, and then give us go into a wick, which it has, and then fall. So they kind of did it a little bit here, and now they come all the way back up inside again. So it looks like they want to go and take out the wick. So that's what it looks like they want to do, take out the wick one more time, and then we'll get the fall. So that's what I would kind of expect.
There's not that much volume sitting up there, though. That's what's interesting.
Yeah, but lots of stops up here, though. So you would expect them to go up and take them. So you can see they're slowly climbing up there. Bitcoin's doing the same thing right now. It's just hanging around up there.
You can take a look at the profile I put in the chat.
Let's take a look at what, sorry, George?
I put a profile in the chat. See where the volume is at.
I wouldn't think they'd come all the way back up here without going and taking all these guys out up here.
Yeah, right.
It would make sense that they would, but they might not, but that's what I would expect anyways. So lots of volume right around where we are right now.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't get as good an entry.
I'm going to the dentist. So watching NAS here took my eye off Bitcoin. So Bitcoin gave me a nice 1, 2, 3 there. So that would have been a really nice entry to catch this move back down. So now that they've broken this level, we get another retrace back in, another opportunity to sell Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin has a couple of wide fair value gaps in it right now.
So it came all the way back up here. We got a gap here. So there's a sell on Bitcoin. We come back into halfway point. Let's see if we continue back down again.
We're into macro time.
So you see they've come up now and they've taken out all the highs, except for this one left. So they should take that one out as well.
It looks like they're going after a lot of them, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is the last line of defense right there. So will they take that one? You would think they wouldn't come all the way up here without taking that last one.
Maybe that's where they are.
That's possible. So they might not take that one, but they come all the way up and taking everybody out. So all the sellers now are out of the game.
They haven't reversed themselves yet, so, you know, anything's possible.
We should take that one out. Got another one too. Bitcoin's giving me nice drop there, nice profits. So take that on Bitcoin. And let's see if we can continue going down.
Macro time.
One more push to take out that high.
I'm showing on the NASDAQ that we went above the resistance line on the Tom DeMark. Now it's trying to go down the opposite way. It's beginning its attempt.
So if they don't take that last high out, I'd be looking for them to go below this low here.
Says it wants to keep us guessing. Tom DeMark says we should be in the buy mode at this point. But boy.
There they go.
Huh?
There they go. They touched it. They need to go through. That high is 540.6 and the high over here is 540.8. So they by 0.2 they didn't take it out. That's very weird.
They haven't taken out my highs yet.
Oh, that's so odd that they did that.
It's just crossed below the support. Tom,
So they came within 0.2.
Where looks like it wants to head south now.
So Bitcoin, nice drop again on Bitcoin. So I'm not fooling around with it this time. I'm just taking the profits off because they like to come back up. So I'm going to do a partial again and see if we can continue down. Again, I'm going to try it one more time, move my stop into positive and see if they leave me alone this time. Bitcoin's been giving me nice profits here. So they came all the way up and didn't take out that last high. So now I'm looking for them to break this low and give us a move back up into the gap. And that would be a sell.
Well, I have it in sell mode now. I'm looking for my target to get hit. Not close to it yet, but see if we can get to it.
Bitcoin, nice move down. So I get a double 1-2.
Oh, that's nice.
Beautiful, beautiful
Sure.
drop. So my TP would be down at the bottom again. Let me get a little greedy on this.
Okay, let's have a big swing down. I need about a 30 candle drop.
Okay, so NAS came down below that low. So looking for them to retrace now. Will they retrace?
Too early to retrace. We need more.
And they retrace all the way back up into this gap, that would be perfect for an entry. Otherwise, they just keep going straight down.
Come on, give me a big down candle. Just listening to you, Lennox.
Yeah, we should get a retrace. But this is our change of character here. This is an earlier one here. So we got a small gap right there where we just stopped. But I'd like to see them go a little higher than that. They look like they want to push right up into there. So this gap is holding, but I'd like to see them go higher. Going for it. There we go. That will be a sell.
There you go.
We just touched. Oh, is that it? Come on. Oh, it looks like maybe that might have been it. That's all they're going to give me. One more try.
Take what you can get.
Ooh. So they came within a tick of going into that gap, but they didn't go into it. Interesting. So sometimes they don't go in. Maybe they're going to give it another shot here.
Yeah, they'll give it another shot.
Excuse me.
And then they should make a quick drop.
Maybe not. Maybe that was all they're going to give us. Let's see how S&P is looking at the same spot. So S&P is doing the same thing. So we have equal highs there. So we should take them. No, we don't have equal highs here though. Okay, they're going back one more time. It looks like they're going to go in this time.
Almost this time, right?
Ooh, wow. I'm nickel and diming myself here, right? I should be able to just take the trade right there. So I probably nickel and dime myself out of the entry here. Okay, get another little retrace back up, and
Yeah, I think it's saying that he wants to look down now.
another little retrace here, and
We're close to breaking the mark support.
so yeah, they came within a tick of that box and didn't go in. Very interesting. So if you were setting a limit order, your limit order would be one tick before the box, before the start of that gap, and that would have been an entry right there. So we're getting a little retrace here back into this move. So it presents one more chance to giving you one more chance to get in, essentially at that point. That might have been the last chance to get in right there. I think so. Yeah. So I didn't take it. So it gave me like one, two, three chances right there to get in. I didn't take it. And then it gave me another couple of chances right there to get in. And I didn't take it. So it's going to leave town without me. So there's still one more chance because we've got a sweep here. So we could get one more move back up, and so there might be one more opportunity right here, but they might not come back at this point. So this was the last line right here. It's just this order block. That's all we've got is an order block.
Come on, one more.
We got a little gap there now as well. So we could possibly come back, but I don't think we're coming back.
There we go. I got it. I got 45 out of it.
Much more to come.
I know, but I think I'm done at this point playing around. It'll go down more, but that's all right.
We're into algo time now. The 2 o'clock algo is just kicked in.
That was a short. What did I do? Oh. There we go. Now, 262 pips for the day. You know, handles, I mean.
Very nice.
That's a big day for me.
Mm-hmm. Just sticking to Bitcoin. They've done quite well.
Yeah, well, that's good.
So Tesla is doing the same thing. A couple of chances in Tesla here, and they went sideways. They didn't give any retrace at this point. This was a nice entry there.
Peter Reed, did you catch that last down?
On the NAS?
Tesla.
Yes, I did. I did.
Great, because that's a beautiful down.
So NAS gave another
Big,
chance.
Heiken Ashi candles took it down, and I still don't have any change in direction, so could be more to come.
So they gave you another chance on the NAS to get in.
Pardon?
They gave us another chance on the NAS to get in right there.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Well,
They've been very generous with the opportunities. Oh, they give it another chance to get in. Wow.
these wave fours are so darn tricky.
They touched the order block. So they gave another really good opportunity to get in right there.
Yeah, I see that. Could go up further too. I've been using wider stops on these wave four motions.
Okay, let me take advantage of it this time.
It's going to go. I just don't want to have the volatility take me out and watch it go where I want it to go. Looks like it's trying to turn back down again.
Well, since they're giving me that opportunity, I took it.
You took it?
Yeah, took it this time. So they came right back into the middle of the gap.
Yeah, yeah.
So see if we can continue down now and take out all these lows.
Yeah, there's a lot down there that it can take out, so you can make some good money. It's just that I've been playing around since 6 o'clock this morning, so I'm kind of done at this point.
Taking out the first set of lows here. So that's a quick partial on that.
And volatility is slowing down a little bit, so I have a a little bit smoother sailing.
Okay, let's see if we can continue down. Where's my target? Target would be the lows.
Was just getting ready to penetrate the first target low.
Well, that's where I would look for them to go all the way down to the bottom, taking out all these lows here.
Yeah, well, that seems entirely possible.
So Tesla is doing the same. They're looking to take out all the lows down there. And Bitcoin's doing the same. S&P, same, looking to come down, take out all the lows. And Bitcoin is the same. So getting close to target here on Bitcoin already.
Yeah, I think if I took out all those lows, I'd be added in another digit to my winnings.
Yeah, see how they come back up. It's so volatile. They come back up quite a ways.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it is volatile. There's no question about that.
Yeah. So you have to be a little careful.
It's not like a volatility of 70 or 90 like it's been in some of the other days. But, you know, couple of times, like at we had a pretty darn hefty spike at 119. I mean, that gave me a huge profit. I didn't have a chance to move my limit down. The thing is, if you sit on your limit and you start moving it down, it doesn't recognize your new position until you release it.
Yes. It looks like it's setting up for a big drop here. To see some big red candles going down here. How far away am I from target? Not terribly that far, but so definitely reachable.
Well, you haven't gotten past the 119 low, have you?
The 119
PM. That was
no, not yet.
oh, okay.
That's coming up next.
That's the one that I got one of my lots closed at. I couldn't move it down fast enough.
Yeah, that's the next one to take out, and
Yeah,
then the next
right.
one after that would be the 1252.
Below that one too.
It is a 1252 low, and then the 119 low.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the big drop I'm looking for here?
It may be over for this current round. Not that it can't go up again and look for a new opportunity to grab some more to go down. but it's sort of at a play where it could just as easily go up a bit.
Still looking for that big drop here.
My first trade this morning was at 941 on the NAS. And right now I'm at
19.4.
672.
Lennox, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If they have a target in mind, like they're going down to take out lows, why don't they just drive it down, straight down, instead of zigzagging down?
Sometimes they do, especially like when they get close. Like we're right now, we're very close to those lows on Tesla. So they, at this point, you would expect that they would get there quickly to get to those targets. They move back up to give. You see, we have these gaps. They typically move back into the gaps to give the buyers, because there are only sellers here. They give the buyers a fair chance. So that's the supposed logic. They're giving everybody a fair chance, a fair value gap. So a fair chance to get into a trade or whatever. So that's.
I didn't think they were fair.
No, you wouldn't think so, eh? Yeah, interesting. So yeah, they usually at this point here, we should just be going straight down and take it. But because we have a gap up here, there's a possibility that they could go back up just to give these guys a chance. I don't like that they do that, but that's the way it is. So
Tesla's just trying to make a turn to the downside now. I mean, it's not a guarantee at this point, but it's at least an attempt.
I wouldn't think that they'd go back up into this gap again, but it is a possibility. So I'll mark the gap and just see if they do go back up there, but I wouldn't think that they would at this point. But they might do that.
Well, here's another thing that we had to consider, and I didn't. At 2 o'clock, after we have the algo trade possibility, but this isn't really an algo setup. But if it was an algo setup, we have a lot of up to go.
See how much they come back on the NAS here. I wasn't expecting them to come all the way back up again. I thought they would just continue straight down. So they've gone through this gap here. They've nullified that gap. They've come back to the original gap, which has also been nullified. So they shouldn't really be coming back up here, technically speaking. But there are no 100% in this game. So you just.
Well, if this was a real algo, and we're in a counter trend play, they could bring it up to 141% at this point. But it's
so at this point,
not good algo at this point.
I'm going to sell some more because I'm expecting them to come down hard here. They've come back up into the gap. There's nowhere for them to go. There's nothing up here for them to go for. So we should just be coming back down.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if they went up that far, that 141 isn't even up to the last peak.
And they've just made a liar out of me because they just took me out. So I sold some more, and then they just went up and took me out. So they've made a liar out of me. They've gone through this gap, which is very odd that they would do that. I would think they come back up into this order block.
Yeah, they just touched my VWAP line.
So why are they coming all the way back up here? It would be the question. We've got a 1, 2.
Making it look like an algo trade.
It's very odd behavior here. I'm not sure what they're doing here. Let me go to the 5-minute. Everything's still pointing for us to fall. So so usually if you go up to the next higher level, you'll see, oh, there's a gap there on the 5-minute. So that's why they're doing it. There's a gap above on the 5-minute that they're going into. See that? So I didn't notice that on the 1-minute. There is one on the 1-minute right there, but there's a bigger one on the 5-minute takes precedence. So they've gone up and touched that gap up here. So I'm a little perturbed that they've done this. So I'm going to jump back in here for a sell. Look for a good entry here.
Not yet. Hold on. There's more to come.
But we should not go through this gap. They're wicking it.
There's one more. Well, it just penetrated into that gap.
Yeah, so we've got a 1-minute gap as well. So we're looking for them to hold it here. So that's quite a retrace here.
That's what I said.
Not expecting that at all. I thought we were good to go straight down, but they've put a little curve in that. So we've closed above the 5-minute gap. Interesting. So we're right into the 1-minute gap and looking for a fractal here for a sell.
Came within 5 handles of 141% at this. Take a look at my chart, Lennox, and you see what I mean.
I'm taking a sell there. My stop will be above the high. Well, they came back and took that high again. Wow.
It hit it. It hit my target, Lennox. So I guess you have to call that an algo.
This little move to the upside. Is that what you're referring to, George?
Pardon?
The little move to the upside?
Yeah, the one to the upside. Remember I said I was looking for it to hit the 141?
Mm-hmm.
Hit it.
I'm looking for them to drop this thing back down, but they're playing games here. I'm within a whisker of death, and I'm dead. Wow. So
That's
very
a good
tight.
hit
My
now.
stop is a
That's
bit too
good.
tight, looks like. Sheesh. Interesting.
Now it can turn.
Yeah, they came close.
It looks like it wants to go up and take the highs out.
It shouldn't go and take that high out.
No,
No
it
way.
won't.
There's a
I
lot
don't
of
think
double
that-
tops up there.
Don't think they want to do that. I'm going to sell it again because I don't think they're going to take the highs out.
Giving you another opportunity now
So to test that theory, so if my stop above the high, that's way up there. I don't like that. It's
unless
way
it wants to hit your 162, Lennox.
don't like putting my stop way up there, but that's a lot, way too much room for my liking. But I'll put it there to test that they won't come back up here, and we should just fall from here.
I was saying it wasn't going to hit the 162 because we're in the end of this wave 4 motion, I think. And that was actually it was a beautiful algo move up. I didn't play it, of course.
So right now I'm not, technically I'm not waiting for 1, 2, 3 to jump in. I'm jumping
I
in
wouldn't.
based on a move back into an area where I think we should be turning back. I could wait out the 1, 2, 3 by waiting for a breach of the
would
low.
take the trade and just move my stop higher. I mean, if I was going to do it at this point, but
Well, Bitcoin's saving my bacon, that's for sure. Bitcoin's doing just what I'm expecting it to do. So
you're dropping now. The algo is definitely over. Look at that. Perfect.
So the Dow has taken out the highs.
Perfect.
interesting.
Lennox,
Sorry?
did you get your sell in?
Yes.
Good deal. Good deal. Beautiful.
That's very odd behavior on their part, I would think, but not terribly so because
Yeah,
there was a gap there, so they came back up there to give the buyers a chance, and now they're leaving.
But by the time we called it an algo, we were already into the fourth green candle.
Excuse me. Oh. So Bitcoin's really rocking here for me.
Okay, this should rock and roll to the downside now. I don't know. We're almost at half past at this point. So
Bitcoin.
I doubt this will be an algo down, but
Look at how beautiful Bitcoin is dropping. It's just a great play to the downside there. So I can take some more off. I'll let the last bit go. So look, Bitcoin did a perfect. It came all the way back up and gave me a beautiful 1, 2, 3 at that point. So I was able to jump in, catch this move down.
look at that gap on Bitcoin. Holy smoke.
So we should be able to make targets here this time. Boy, it's just been very choppy though. So I can see what they're doing. They drop it down, they go back up. They drop it down, they go back up. Drop it down, go back up. So maybe this will be the last drop here, and we'll get the target this time. Just move my stop. I'll just move my stop into positive. Okay, let's go back to NAS again. Oh, so NAS was a good drop there for a moment in time.
Just doing what it would normally do.
Wow, interesting.
When it ends, it's either going to do a down algo in this case, or going to just make a new 1, 2, 3.
Wow, where are they going?
Whoa, this is unusual.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm not liking that move.
No, I don't either.
So that's a huge one too. But they're retracing back into nowhere. Yeah, this order block essentially. So it's another sell. Interesting. I'm just selling more Bitcoin.
Time there, and you didn't get stopped out the first time. You only have to go down halfway to make.
I like Bitcoin better.
Come on, you should be dropping, playing games with.
Totally.
Afternoon game playing time.
Big time. I like Bitcoin. It's just great.
Bitcoin went up just a little bit, to make a.
Yeah, it gave me another chance to buy some more Bitcoin, to sell some more Bitcoin. So I did that. And,
Yeah.
so let's see if we can. All right, so let's see if we can break this low here. And this time, really drop.
Bitcoin is different from mine slightly. After your big move up on the blue candles, my next candle is a high for my point number 1. And yours is so different.
Okay. So we've got a gap here.
Okay, well, the
And
NAS is doing what it should be doing at this point.
so another one of these, and then sell here. I'm liking Bitcoin a lot.
Yeah, it's moving down nicely now. Boy, there's another. We're going to get another big fair value gap on Bitcoin.
All right, so I'm going to take a little something off this guy now because it's giving me that partial. Okay.
Okay, that's on the NAS, right? Well, you have
Yes.
2 of them in there, so you should have a nice kitty at this point.
So Bitcoin has really paid dividends for me here this morning.
That's good. I know the NAS has paid me dividends like crazy.
So we get that pullback in. So that would have been I should have bought some more there, sold some more. Here we go. I'm going to sell some more right there. Let me see if it goes up a little higher. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'll sell some more. I'll drop my stop down. So if they're going to take me out, they're going to come back up here and take me out. And it's equal highs, so it is possible for them to go up and take me out up there. And you see they're looking like they're going to do it. Oh boy. See,
Should move at this point.
NASDAQ is terrible.
Sure, why?
So they cut right through that gap.
Yep.
Wow, interesting. So it looks like they want to go up and take out these highs.
Well, let's see. They may be trying to slow up at this point.
If I leave my stop alone, I'm way up there above the high. So they could take out these highs without taking out the high. So they've gone through the gap, which I wasn't expecting them to do that, but they did. All right. Can we come down from here?
If you had an active trader to watch, you would be watching a bouncing ball. It's moving up and down so quickly.
Yeah, very volatile stuff.
Turn.
So good thing I took a little profit off there.
They
Let's
took
see if we
out
can
the
come
gap.
down again.
They took out the gap on the 1 minute Tesla, like you said they would.
Yeah, we're right in it. So we're on the 5 minute with a big 5 minute gap. So they're coming back into it. So that's what we would expect, that they would come back into that gap, give everybody a chance, give the buyers a chance. And now we would expect them to not go above it and just come back down. That's what I would expect anyways, because I've got a 1-2, a 1-2. So, we should be just dropping here.
On the 5 minute, yeah, 1, 2, 1,
On the
2.
5, yeah.
Okay, I'll check that up here. Good.
So on the 1 minute time frame now, we can follow the structure on the 1 minute to see, where are we overall, and you can see that, yeah, they've taken out that high, so we should be basically done and coming back down with a with a 1-2 here. So we need to break this low.
Okay.
Get a 1-2 here to come back. So that would be a nice sell here. So they're just taking out that high.
This 5 minute is still moving higher.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to go and take out these highs anymore, but we never know. But don't expect that.
It's almost up 50% of that move.
And Bitcoin again has made quite a move back to the upside. It's just super volatile today.
More strength than the NASDAQ has in this up move.
So they've taken out these equal highs. That's why I thought they might do that. Now, would they go and take out this high up here? I hope not. Don't want them to do that. That would put me in deep doo-doos there. So
It's
should be enough for them to come back down here.
25 cents from the 161 area.
So tempting sell here.
That's amazing.
This is no longer any good.
Really amazing what's going on.
This is what makes this game fun. Trying to figure it all out.
I don't like your definition of fun.
If you're not having any fun, then it's no fun.
I call this stress.
No stress, no stress. No stress. All right, here we come. So I could have sold some there. It was tempting sell because they did take out these guys. So at this point now, technically, we want to see them break this low, come back in, another sell to continue down. Technically speaking. Don't want to see them take this high again.
So if we look at the hourly or the 4 hour, either way, those highs are right below the 38% on a retrace.
On the hourly?
If we, yep. So if
you can see we're just chopping up and down in there, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. So the 38% retrace from this high here.
Yep.
Yes. So yeah. So what Marquis is referring to here is from this high here to this low here. We're retracing. We're almost, well, not quite into the 38%, but right in that area. So let's go down to the 15 and look at it. So you can see on the 15, all we're doing is just chopping up and down in here. So we've got our 1, 2, and then this drop, and then we're chopping. Very choppy stuff. So they haven't taken the last high, which is sitting right there. So it's possible that they're gunning to take that last high at this point, Marquis, and that would put us deeper into this gap that we're in, which is kind of a drag. Didn't want them to do that at all. They've taken all the highs except for one. So these are all equal highs now, you see? And that we were talking about highs on a lower time frame too. So now these highs are in jeopardy. You see what's going on?
Peter, I put my 3-minute, 1-minute Tesla in the chat.
Oops, wrong thing I'm moving here.
Thanks, George.
I think I did.
Come on.
Yeah, that's it.
So these highs here are in jeopardy on the 15-minute time frame. I do not want to see them go back up there, but it is possible for them to do that. So 5-minute, so there they all are. So they took out all of them except for one, just that one. So we don't want to see them go back up there. But because we have equal highs now, they could easily go back one time and take them all out. Take these equal highs out, just to be mean. So there are stops here still, and there are stops more than likely above here. That includes me. So it is possible for them to whip up there, take them out, and then drop it down. I don't want to see them do that, of course.
The NAS looks like it just has a double top at this point.
So we've got a nice 1-2 on the NAS now. And we've changed it. We've broken that low. We get another 1-2, continue down. So just in case here, I'm going to bring my stop right down to that number 3 point here, just to reduce my risk considerably. Yeah.
Either it's going to work this time or we're totally wrong in our analysis.
So they're very ruthless in there.
Room though, when the volatility is like this.
We still need to break this low here.
And volatility, while it's not ultra high, it's still in the 20s. Which says don't get too tight on the stops.
So at this point, I've got a 1-2, another 1-2 setting up. So want to see them come down one more time here. So what are they going back up to? Nothing. It's just an order block right there. We're touching the order block. So this order block has to hold us in.
Oh.
Otherwise, they're gunning to take out the highs and my stop, which is not good.
Well, they stopped at 141 again.
Okay, so the order block is holding. Let's see if we can continue back down here. But it's very choppy here, so it's like we're in a fourth wave, so they can easily slip through
And then fourth
just
wave,
to be mean.
that's why taking small pieces is good to do.
I just want to see a straight down move here.
As long as it doesn't touch 162 again.
Oh, no, it didn't work for me. They've taken me out, so they're gunning for those highs. Wow, interesting.
Stuff's very, very close.
Yeah. Interesting. They're gunning for the highs, so they're looking to take out all the highs up there. So what's happening here is that we swept down here. They made a 1-2 here, and then they're chopping it up and down, A, B, C, D, E, and then they're going to go through and take out the highs. They're very sneaky. And then we're going to get a turnaround to come back down. Boy, oh boy. Very, very sneaky stuff they're doing here. So in this chop, yeah, so you have to take your profits off quick when you get the drops. So I should have taken a little bit off here at that point. But I didn't really think they were going to come back and take out this high. So now that they've taken this high, one more push to take out the highs, the last remaining. Otherwise, they're leaving those two alone and coming back down again. So it's a sweep here now. So I can move this guy to here. So we're looking for a sweep of the low. But might go and take the high out first. Not much of a sweep here. It's just like a tick above. So it's not convincing. So I think they're going to go up one more time here.
So far, I'm not seeing that, but
No, they're definitely going to take out
50
these highs.
or 51.49.
They're going to go get him, George.
Yeah,
They are ruthless.
they certainly are.
They are savages.
They did it.
Yeah, they're going for it. They took out that one. Then one more push up and take out these two guys.
There it goes.
Yeah, boom, just like that. So that's what the ploy was, to take out all these highs. So they took them all out in between, dropped it down, fake everybody to go short.
They took everybody out.
And then they come back up and take everybody out. So they're very good. Very, very good.
And they did the same thing on Tesla.
So there is the gap right there on the 5 minute. So they see how that now they're going to come down more than likely now, because there's really no need for them to go up here because there's nothing up here. Everything was just sitting right in this clump, and all the orders and so forth. So now we could look for a sell. So we still want them to come back down and break this low here, if we want to wait for the technical setup 1, 2, 3 at that point. Actually, I could even move it to this low here now. So look for a breach of that low. So looking for a quick move like that with a sell opportunity in a gap right there. Yeah, very sneaky guys. So they're going up a little further. Why? You're inducing the longs now, but I don't think they're going long. Could be wrong, of course. So there's the next gap is up here. So I don't know why they'd want to go up there, but shouldn't really be going up there, but they see how the 15-minute looks. The 15-minute is a huge, the whole area is a gap. Right? So if this whole area is a gap, then let's see where the halfway point of that whole area is. So halfway point is at the halfway point of the 5-minute gap. So we're right at the same spot. Okay, so it's possible they could come up to the halfway point of this gap here, but that seems like a stretch. Just doesn't make sense for them to come all the way back up here, but so very sneaky stuff here. See how Tesla looks. Tesla's the same. Let's look at Tesla. So a very choppy area. They've taken everybody out. Only these guys left. So it is possible for Tesla, because they've taken out these guys, that they could push up some more to take all these guys out. Very yucky looking chart here. All right, it looks like they might be done. You can see how we're really coming back down now. So our 4-hour candle, we open, we drop all the way down, we come all the way back up. First they went up, then they dropped it, then they came back up. So could be turning around now. But just to explain what I'm seeing here, if I go to the 4-hour time frame, let me get rid of this guy. So on the 4-hour time frame, the last 3 candles, last 3 4-hour candles, we opened, we went up a little bit, we dropped, we closed right here. We opened, we went up a little bit, we dropped, we came back up and closed right there. So the next candle, this current candle, I would expect them to go up a little bit into this candle, maybe even to the halfway point, and then continue down to take out the low of the candle. So to do that, so that's the expectation. So you can see we on the 4-hour we've got a 1 2 3 top. Let me do that again. On the 4-hour I've got a 1 2 3 top. So that's what's controlling the move. We're in this move down, but we're getting a little bit of a mess here before we get that drop. Does that make sense? That's what they're doing. You see, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move here. So we're expecting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move back down. But we're going to take out all these lows. But right now we're just in a tough place. We need to get through that to the downside. So as we go down the time frames, we can start to see there's our clean 1, 2, 3 top. The drop, we're in a fourth wave, chopping up and down. 30-minute, we're in a chopping up and down. 15-minute, we're chopping up and down. The 5-minute, we're really chopping up and down.
You got
And
4 minutes. Yeah.
and look at what we're making money in. You can still make money in this stuff, but it's so tough, right? Because it's very volatile, very choppy area, very dangerous area. So looking for, there we go. We've got a nice setup now. We got a nice 1, 2, 3 here with into the gap, and I would sell that right there because I don't think they're coming back to take out the high anymore. I won't put my stop too high just in case they decide to go back above. So expect them. Although I just noticed, as soon as I did that, I just noticed we had a 1, 2, 3 here. So they could actually go back one more time to do that. Could actually take that high one more time. So I have to be careful here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take a quick profit just because I can. It might come back up. So if they do come back up, then I'm okay with a small, well, I will win on that one, but I'd like to see them continue down here. I just noticed that. Let me just see the S&P. The S&P looks pretty good. But we do have a 1, 2, 3, but no fifth wave, you see? So can we come straight down? So I don't want to see them come back up any more to take this high, but there's the likelihood that they could because we didn't get a fifth wave yet. So just to make sure that I limit my, if they are going to come back up, I'm going to limit my loss to a very small amount if that's the case. I'm hoping I'm wrong that they're going back up again and we'll just continue going down. Then if they break this low, I can always add to my position. Okay, so let's see if we can go through this guy here. So will they go back and take this high? We've got another gap right here. Hopefully that holds them back and we'll continue down. Looking for a steep drop now. So we're in the last hour now, and we're in the middle of a macro.
Looking for that big drop now, right?
Mm-hmm. So we've got a 1, 2, 1, 2. So we need a nice straight down move here. Good sign. We broke the low. Keep coming down. If we can break this low here.
That thing went above 262%. Holy mackerel. It was a huge up move.
To drop through that low.
Still above the 200 SMA and VWAP also.
So they came very close without going through. Just another retrace back into this order block. The gap is almost all taken out, so this shouldn't really be in play anymore. This one certainly shouldn't be. So they've come back into the gap. We can continue falling here. S&P looks.
On back up. Or is this just a big 1, 2, 3 it's making?
Okay, so they came right in the middle and touched, and then we were even. There was a tempting sell here, but it's just a bit iffy. I could have added more to my position here to continue down. You see, it's iffy because they're just playing around here. And NAS hasn't. Things been taken out here. There's nothing. Just the order block. That has to hold. Tempting sell again. They've given everybody a lot of chance to get in here. Can we take that low out? So it did go through. And that gives us a gap. And my stop down into positive. So there's no losing on this trade at least anyway. So I've got equal highs here, so I could be in jeopardy still. They could come all the way back up because they're mean. I'll put it just above the gap. Let's see if we can continue down. So at this point, I've got a pretty nice 1, 2, 3. So could continue straight down. Need them to take this low out now. But they can pull back first. The true change of character will be this low here.
Two minutes left in the macro.
Okay, so they come back again. So boy, tempting sell again at this point to continue down. Just to add to my position there. Just a little slow here. See if I can catch it. Go back in again. Okay. So I'll just take another sell here and see if I'm correct, and we'll continue going down. Okay, big drop now. Take out the lows.
The macro is over with. Why is it playing around?
Just playing games, George.
Sure is.
Where are those big red candles? Finally, we get one. Yay. Okay. So let me grab a little partial here on this one, and I'll leave half on. Okay. So again, now let's see if we can continue down with what I've got left. So I just need a quick.
It just touched the 200 and the VWAP line.
So I could move my stop down now to reduce the risk completely, almost completely. And we'll see if we can break this guy now. So this is the real change of character here, if we can break this low. So from the 5-minute standpoint, it looks like that. And we've got 1, 2, 3 on the 5-minute, and we're heading straight down to take out all these lows. That one. That one. And that one.
The market makers are slow motion painters.
Oh yeah, they're. I mean, we're dealing with the 1-minute time frame. These guys are not even looking at a 1-minute time frame. More than likely, they're all talking and dealing on the higher. What I showed you on the 4 hours, what they're talking about, right? Where they're looking at. So we just need to get into a seat on this in this train. Train's in the station right now, so we need to get a seat that you don't get knocked out of. You know, they're not going to come and ask you for your ticket and you don't have a ticket. So then they kick you off the train. So we're sitting right there in that nice caboose, and we need to be able to catch the ride down. But they're playing up here on the 4 hour, and they're saying, okay, let's accumulate here, and we want to push price down. But they're in here, they're accumulating and deceiving the masses, as it were. So it's all accumulation, manipulation in here, right? The AMD, as everybody calls it, the accumulation, the manipulation, the distribution. So that's all they're doing in here is manipulating and accumulating, and then we're going to distribute. So that gives us our structure. So if you can stay alive in here, you catch this move out of the fourth wave. You know what I'm talking about, Peter. You've done it many times. So we just have to survive.
Yeah.
Just have to survive in here.
My middle name is Wave 4.
It's tough in here, though. You can see it's super dangerous area. So yeah, we're playing at a time of the day where it's very high volatility and a lot of manipulation going on. And as they're getting ready to hand over to Asia, and the last macro runs at 10 minutes too. So lots of manipulation going on right now. We're not getting any distribution yet, but I'm looking for it, looking for that drop here. So they might hold off until macro time, possibly. But I'm hoping they do it before that. Super annoying to be sitting there watching this thing. All right. So on that note, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Have you been playing this, your Tesla this afternoon, Peter?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm glued to Tesla.
It's been rather difficult this afternoon, so it's great that you're doing well with the thing.
Well, it's going down right now. Yep.
This afternoon time, you know, the last 2 hours can be very hard. The last hour especially can be very hard.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, and they're not making it easy. Still playing around in there. So they came back up again into that gap.
Playing a neat game this afternoon, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they're looking like they want to take me out here, but nowhere to hide here. Nowhere to hide. If I put my stop above those highs, see, they've taken these highs, these equal highs, so maybe that's enough for them. They don't need to go up again and take these highs. But yeah, hopefully that's it. And we'll come down. But we do have a 1, 2, 3 here, so it is possible for them to go up one more time and take those highs at that point. Not liking this. Yeah, see, yeah, they're doing that. So yeah, I can't get a comfortable seat here. I can't get a seat and stay in it. But made some nice profits in any case. But very tough going. We'll look for another opportunity here. So I think that's what they're doing. They're holding out till the macro at 10-2, the hour, to come back down. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has made quite a move back up as well. So this guy's no good. We take the big one off. There's still one here that's partially mitigated. Partially. Okay, so they didn't take the highs, so I don't know if I would have been safe putting my stop above the highs here or not. It looks like they still can go up and take them out. Got 1, 2, so we can still go up one more time, take these highs out, and then I would look for a sell up here to come back down again. So this will give us a big 1, 2 here to come down. If we look at this on the 5-minute, then that's what it is on the 5-minute. The whole 5-minute move is like that. So they could come up, yes, that high and then come down. However, there is still a 1, 2 here, and so we could go up and take the high one more time. So it's like very tricky here. Let's see what S&P looks like at the same spot. Yeah, see, S&P is looking the same, but they look like they could go up one more time and take that high over here. If everybody's seeing what I'm seeing, this one too here, they can do that, and go up one more time just to take that high. But since they've swept here, you wouldn't think they want to go back up here again, but it's possible. What have I got up here? This gap here has been partially mitigated, partially used up. So like that. So yeah, we can come right back up into this gap. I think that's what they're going to do. You can kind of see it on the S&P here quite clearly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, right into that gap. Let's see how the NAS looks in comparison. So the NAS, there's the NAS's partial gap left. Partial one here left as well. Very tiny one on the NAS. So could we go up one more time? Yes. Not as definitive as the S&P, but certainly doable to come back and take these guys. Possibly. So the opposite is if they don't go back up there, then we want them to break this low here on the way down. So if we break that low, then we could get that move. So two possibilities here. Back up. We're down. All right, so we're breaking the low. All right, so maybe that's it. So my stop could have been above here perhaps, and that would have been okay. All right, so I'm looking for a retrace. I've got no gaps on this side. I just have oh no, I do have a gap. It's right there. Very tiny one. Very tiny gap right there. And I've got an inverted gap right here. So if that was it, and they're leaving without us, that's just mean. You see, so they came and just took me out by a little bit.
A while ago.
So that's just the way it is sometimes. You can't get a comfortable seat, and they leave without you. And they even take your ticket and don't let you get. Your ticket is your money, right? They take your money and leave town without you. So, all right. So at this point now, I'll be looking for a retrace into this gap here.
Where'd you put your target on the NAS, Lennox?
My target would be at the bottom.
Huh?
My target would be at the bottom.
Yeah.
At the 1105 low.
To get that, though.
That's where they're heading. So you can see we're completely in a fourth wave here, right?
Yeah.
So we're battling in a fourth wave, and this is what the big problem is. First of all, that we're battling in a fourth wave, trying to stay alive and catch the move out. And it's very difficult. All right, so looking for a little higher push in this gap. One more push up. I'm going to take a sell in here. Okay, that's good enough for a sell. Of course, as soon as you click it, they go higher. All right, so a little bit of drawdown and stop loss.
Put it in as a market order, right?
As a market order, yes. My stop loss should be technically right there. So I should be safe there.
Take advantage of the spread when you do that. Is it difficult to put in a limit order on the,
It's not that it's difficult, it's just that it takes a bit of time. I have to, you know, fiddle around with the numbers and so on and so forth. Or I have a where is it? Here it is. I've got this guy. I can use this from and make a short position like that, and so I can actually use that as my.
around? I see.
You see, I can set this up and set it all for what I want, and then create a limit order that way. But
I mean,
you still have to. It still takes a bit of time. I prefer to just go in at the market. Especially on the 1 minute chart when I'm trying to show everybody.
Setup though, it should be okay.
Yeah,
Because giving them the market order, they take full advantage of it.
yeah. I mean, it's just nickel and diming, anyways. You know, I get a couple $100 drawdown, neither here nor there.
Yeah, well, they get me pretty hefty commission and whatever other fees they throw in, like $9 on a round trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but okay. So a limit order, I actually placed a limit order, didn't realize. That's interesting.
Oh,
I was fooling around with those things. Okay, so we're at the last half hour now, so I'm looking for them to drop this thing down. Can we get it? Can I stay alive? Is the question. Up is above. Yep. Should be okay there. So I've got my change of character. So there's our sweep. Sweep here, come back down, come back in. We should be going down out of here. Don't want them to go any higher than right there. Oh, that is nasty. So they went up higher than that. So that was a mean move there on their part. So they come back to the order block. So that's the risk you take. That I've got an order block sitting here, and I've also got an inverted gap sitting here. So they come back into both the inverted gap and the order block and take me out. Wow. So high stop might have been okay. So I will attempt this trade again. Let's see, we got 14 seconds left in this candle. Wow, they're playing really tough here today. But I'm going to beat this NASDAQ here today. Okay, see if I get a fractal. Got a fractal. Okay, so looking for us to continue down now. All right, so I'm going to be very liberal with my stop this time and put it above the high. Just saying that they should not come back up there, but I was wrong about them coming back up there over here. I'm giving them lots of room here.
Tomorrow we have Fed funds rate.
Yeah, we've got lots of red news tomorrow, all across the board. Okay, looking for a big drop here. This would be our next guy. The inverted gap is holding nicely. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So we should be coming down, taking out the lows now. And here we come. What I got for pictures today? No. I've got some New York photos I want to show my trip to New York. Some great shots when they were just finishing the One World Tower.
Oh,
And all the pools were those pools were in. Pools with the names all around them.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that was in 2015 that I was there. Okay, looking for a straight down move here.
Well, it's trying the right direction. Tell it not to have a pin bar this time.
Okay, look to take a portion off again. A partial there. All right, let the rest go. Bring my stop down, but not too tight again. This is always so tricky. So I'll bring it in to this area here. That's reasonable. Shouldn't be going back up there to take this out, but I've been saying that enough times. This guy is no longer necessary. So they did come back into the inverted gap. Wow. This guy is no longer necessary. And this guy is no longer necessary. All right, so we're getting a nice move here. You see how it looks on the 5. So
Yeah.
on the 5,
Nice stuff.
we've swept all these guys out, dropped down into a nice 1-2, another 1-2, and we're heading down. So this is where we get a change of character on the 5 here. If we can come down, retrace.
You're going down about 20 more handles or
Yeah, looking for target the lows from 215 lows next as the target. So my ultimate target is the low down here. But they're not making it easy. They're going back up again. So there is a gap.
The pin bar again?
There's a gap right here. The only gap I've got is one here as well, but it's too low. So don't want to discount that one. But they could just stop here and go back down. There are no other gaps. So this huge order block here. That's it. So we don't really have anything to go back to except for this gap. Perhaps that's a bit high up. It looks like they want to go back up there. Interesting. Yeah, so this gap might just hold.
Keeps going back up to the VWAP line, and now it's going back down again. NASDAQ is down 1.7% today. S&P is down 1.1%, and the Dow is down 0.6%. Look it, back up to VWAP.
S&P is a little different. NASDAQ is much more defined to the downside, while the S&P is a little more going to the upside. Interesting.
Yeah, right.
But still very choppy. So it's a choppy fourth wave again. See how they're doing the fourth wave here again? They're doing it this way. So they're just chopping it up. So the expected move is still to the downside. As much as they want to chop this, they're trying to fool everybody. They're enticing the longs here, putting a pin bar in and inducing the longs to jump in to go long. So they came out of the gap, so this gap is no longer in force. So they came up to the order block. And it looks like we're getting a rejection from the order block. So this was a battle.
Yeah, I mean, all afternoon.
That's the fourth wave battle. That's what happens. We got 6 minutes before macro now. So I'm expecting them to drop this thing down and hard.
Drop it down in a big area would be good.
You just need to be able to stay alive without getting stopped out. You know, Tesla's really dropping already. Tesla's already pointing its hand to saying, I've given up, I'm heading down. I've had it, eventually.
I'll take that.
Yeah, they've got 1, 2, 1, 2, big move back up, and we're heading down and out. So they really came through this gap, and so this gap is no longer in force. So nothing really holding Tesla up at this point now. This gap up here, we came into it and touched it, and then down we go. So this gap is no longer in play.
Which gap is that?
The first one I had marked off on the 5 minute.
Oh, okay.
So that's gone now because they've gone through it and closed above it. And
alrighty.
so we should be good to go down here.
I'll take that.
Okay, 4 minutes to macro time. Looking for a big drop here. I've been saying that for a while. But the one thing about the market, you think something's going to happen and you're expecting it to happen, and it can take a long time before it does. So it's all, they manipulate you, and then finally it does what you think it's going to do. So if you have to be able to hold the course, as it were, really believe in your strategy and your system.
And have a big bank account helps too.
They must be very patient to deal with people like us.
They don't care about us. One iota.
They will eventually.
They go, Mr. Bain is playing. Oh, yeah. Let's hold off a little bit, guys. They don't care about you, Peter.
Yeah, I learned about that a long time ago.
I think they care more about George because he's American, and Marquis because he's American. So they see that, oh, these guys are Americans, so we'll give them a break.
like
Great.
that there.
3 more minutes before macro time here. So see if I can stay alive with my stop there. The worst case scenario is they spike it up, take me out, and then drop it down. That's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is they just take it down. All right, we've got less than 2 minutes to go. So Tesla should be dropping down. Here's the NAS, finally. Finally.
Now you're getting the kind of move you've been looking for.
Yeah. Okay, last minute here. So we know where all the liquidity is now. Thirty seconds. I'm on the 5-minute time frame watching this. Okay, we got 5 seconds to go before 10 minutes to. And here we go. So up they go first.
Well, they went down to my 1 standard deviation, minus 1 standard deviation line and turned around.
I need a straight down move here. Not much going on yet. Interesting. Okay, this is super interesting. The worst case scenario, like I said, was for them to go up first and then drop it. So they are going back up, interestingly.
Almost doesn't go up again. Like it has a magnet to it.
It is just the order blocks up here and this gap way up here. So I didn't want to bring my stop down into it, even though I could put it into positive. I didn't want to do that because they might do this move up first, right? I'm looking for them to still drop it here. They could come up and touch the gap again. They just means a sweep of that high. Yes, see, they're doing that. So,
For a week.
okay. Yeah, see, that's what I didn't want them to do, to come all the way back up. But you know what you want and what they're doing is two different things. So, all right, expecting a drop here and now.
Again,
They don't need to come all the way up and take me out, which is, like I said, it was the worst case scenario. So I had nice profits here I could have taken, but I decided to leave it because I thought they were just going to just drop it, but they went and cleaned house up here. All the sellers now taken out.
they're changing their mind today.
All the sellers
Well,
were
actually, we still haven't rang the bell. We've got 7 minutes to ring the bell.
7 minutes to the bell. So I was tempted to sell here again, just to add to my position, but now they're going, see, they're coming up into this gap, which is not good. Wow, that's mean. Okay, so I'm going to try to do another sell here, add to my position. See if I get a fractal. Without getting taken out. I'm a little above midpoint of the gap, so I should be safe, but there is no safe. I'm not moving that stop. Okay, that's enough now. Let's go. Wow, I was just about to click and they dropped it so fast. Oh my. Okay. So they don't give me a chance to get in. Oh, very cool. So there is a little bit of a gap here. No, it's gone.
Back below VWAP. Well, you got your sell in just in time. Getting ready to change the scan.
Yeah, it was a very quick move here. Let's see if we can continue down, take out the low.
Sure,
No, it's a sweet pea.
sweet pea. Oh wow.
Sweet pea flower.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So beautiful, those. Okay. Coming into near the close here. And they're not coming down fast, as fast as I thought they would. Still a bit tepid.
You up again.
Still a bit tepid here. And coming back up.
Right above VWAP. Touch the 200 SMA.
Okay, I'm going to sell some more here because I'm expecting them to bring it down.
You have this, just these 2 weeks to make up the 300?
Yeah, I've got a couple of weeks left, right? I'm at 854,000 now. So I only have 150 grand to go.
That shouldn't be a problem then.
We'll see.
If you don't have too many days like today. Back up to VWAP again, Jesus.
Wow, they're coming way back up again. Boy, okay, 2 more minutes. Need red candles
Right
here.
now we still are in an up mode, but it's trying to switch to a down
We
mode.
should be in a down mode. We should be. So ridiculous. We should be just careening to the downside right now, but we're not. It's kind of weird.
Needs to drop rather quickly at this point because we only have a minute to go.
Yeah, we need to
Classic
come
four
down.
wave.
On the NAS, you can, in the Bitcoin, you can go longer.
You saying, Marquis?
Classic fourth wave.
Oh yeah, we've just been mashed up in here. I'm looking for them to streak out of here to the downside.
There's the bell,
Okay, we're gonna get that shoot down.
and it's going up now.
Oh, don't want to go up.
I have to go, Lennox. We'll
Okay.
see you tomorrow.
You gone, Peter?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Oh,
Gotta
they took
drop the
me.
car off.
All right. Good night, Peter.
See you guys.
Peter,
So they went up and they're being super mean.
going
They
up.
went up and took out the taking out the high. To sweep that high. Got to come back down below these two guys. It's a very surprising move here from my point of view, anyways. But look at S&P. S&P says no.
Yep.
Got to go take out the highs first. It says. So there's one high left up there. Everything's pointing to a drop here. So they're pushing price up into this huge gap. Went up into almost to the middle of it. That should suffice. We should be coming down. Should be coming downtown here. But where are they going on the NAS? So NAS is much higher. A lot more to climb. So they've swept that high. We should be coming back down. So it is, because we have equal highs here, it is possible, because we have a 1-2 here, that they could one more time sweep that high and then give us the move down that I'm looking for. But boy, they really fooled me here, because it looked like we were done and we were going to come through. So they're very good. We've got 1-2, 1-2. Then they go and break that high. So that messed up this 1-2 here, which was expected move here. So they've broken that high, messed it up. So breaking this high messes everything up. So the only one left is here. Let me just see what's to the left. So there's another, okay, so the biggest one is still there. So we've got a big, huge 1-2. Wrong guy here. A big 1-2. So that's intact. We don't want to take that high out. And they do 1-2, drop, and they come back up and take everybody out. Wow. So they could take this one out as well, which is just mean. Don't really want to see them take that out. So we've got chopped up Then we have a 1-2 here, and we could go up one more time to take that high. So that's looks like the ploy right at the end of the day here. So my expectation that we were just going to come through and take out all the lows has not come to fruition, unfortunately. So this inverted gap is no longer in force. This gap is no longer in force. They've taken that guy, so there's only this guy left. So that's the last hurrah there. So if they sweep that, then there's all these equal highs here. So liquidity is sitting above us, liquidity is sitting below us, and they're going for the low-hanging fruit, which is in essence the ones that are closest. So they're leaving this for later, it looks like. So overnight we'll get, probably a slow move down, possibly. Or they'll still stay up here and wander around one or the other. Very interesting. So I was totally incorrect thinking that we were going to go straight down and take out these lows today. I still think they're going to do it, but it's not happening right away like I'm expecting.
They're starting their down move now. And
not done yet still, because we have a 1, 2, 3, so we're going to push up one more time to take this high. But there's not much play here to the upside, really. Not much of a move. I still managed to come out ahead, even through all this, and we're stuck in this huge fourth wave all afternoon since we came on at 1 o'clock. We came on at this point here, and here, and we've just been in this chop the whole time, and I'm still able to manage to make some profits in here. So it's amazing. So again, I'm going to look at it from the 15-minute standpoint, so you can see we are definitely in a fourth wave. We've got our 1, 2, we drop, we're chopping up and down in this mess, and I'm looking for them to come down and take out all the lows. So they might do that overnight, tonight. I really thought it was going to happen today, before the close. So I was wrong.
yeah, that's why you have to prepare for everything in this game.
Yes, sir. All right, so looking for one more push to the upside to take out the high. Let's see what the S&P is doing at that same spot. S&P, same thing, looking for one more push to the upside here. Take out that high, and they could take out that high over there as well. So there's a high, and is that their highest high? That is their highest high. Yep. So the 4-hour candle, they've come back up inside the previous 4-hour candle. They've come quite a ways up. So as I was saying earlier, I was expecting them to come back up, and they could come up about halfway, and They've certainly come up quite a ways. We've got a couple more minutes before the macro is done. And we'll call it a day. Armin's joined us. Armin, did you see my notes to you there in the chat?
Not yet. No, I been fighting a cold this morning here, so I just got up again around 12:15.
Yeah, I just
I
showed
will
you that.
look. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look over.
Yeah, I just showed you that
Scrolling
my
down. Scrolling down.
I've hit 177K now in that account.
Oh, okay. I see notes from George here.
Nothing showing from me.
Not yet. Not in chat.
So here's the account. I'm up to 178,500 now.
Okay, so that's from beginning of March here.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, pretty good. So let's see if
Are
I
you
can
able to send me
200,000.
Send me a. Can you send me the
I put it in the chat. I put it in the chat for you there.
Directly in the chat. Okay.
You seen it?
If it's a note to me, I haven't seen it yet here. I'm just looking in the general.
No, you look at yourself in your own Armin Tom's.
I get it. I'm getting there.
Tom with one M.
Yeah, it's a lot easier maybe if you're able.
Oh, just lost Armin. All right, so we're at 10 minutes after now, 11 minutes after. So I'm going to call it a day.
Sounds good.
At this point, I have an appointment to get to. I have to go sit in a chair for an hour with my mouth wide open. So not exciting.
Hey, tomorrow morning, my wife and I have an annual appointment for our eyes. Starts at 7:30 in the morning.
Ooh. Yeah. Will your eyes be open at that time?
Okay, have a good one, everyone.
Yeah, I just have a cleaning today for my pearlies. All right, thanks everybody for dropping in. Appreciate it. And again, for those people on YouTube, please give us a subscription and a like if you find this information useful. And glad you could join us. Omar dropped in. Wow. Omar dropped in too late.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes,
we're
sir.
leaving, Omar.
Good evening, Lennox.
Yeah, we're leaving you.
Hi, Omar.
I'm gone as well.
I just made it back.
Yes, you see the notes? Yes.
No, the last thing I said to you was, "Are you able to send that to my email?"
I could send it to you via email if you.
Would you? That'd be great.
You're not getting it in the chat? You're not seeing it in the chat?
No, I'm not yet. Sorry, I'm embarrassed to say not yet.
I just want to confirm that you are receiving the notes.
Well, yeah.
I can see it there in your chat there from yesterday. So. You just need to find yourself, click on it, and you'll see. But I can certainly send it to you by email if you want. All right. On that note, I will Yes, I have an appointment, guys, so I have to go. So I will
Okay.
chat to you guys on the morrow. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I can hook up with you by phone later on this evening yet, or?
Sure. Later on. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, everyone. Take care. See where I am here. Have a great rest of the day. And we'll see you all tomorrow.
Captions. Wait, record. I don't know. View. Got it all. See stuff from George here, but view. Yeah, no. What else can you hit? Invite, captions.